Hello, I'm Ozzy, and welcome back to my little survival world. In the last episode, we started planning out our church. To, maintain goals and all the rest of it. Dedicated to the beautiful mountain pig, or as I know him as the Mountain King, who resides in our mountain base. Bit of an obvious call, but I think for this episode we're gonna keep working on this. That would be smart. I don't like you being here though. I don't like you one bit. Nor do I trust you. But that's okay. So we did, this was the rest of it. This was where the bell tower was supposed to be. But that won't be relevant until we're up there, because, I've got to build everything else first. So today's episode might be a bit more chill, might just be a lot of resource gathering. But it is what it is. And I forgot I forget which way this was supposed to be. It was because maybe this could just be a lobby, so then you can have entrance here and here. I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, that makes sense. Do I have? No, I don't have another sign. That's okay. But lobby, where the door will be. We'll have it on the side. It's going to look like that. Yeah, I see the vision. One thing I also wanted to work on with this church in particular was texturing and, using more than one block in the palette. And not to dig on my beautiful house. I did finally finish it. But I love seeing those videos where they use a bunch of different blocks and they texture and they do all this really cool stuff. And so I thought that maybe that would be a good thing to learn. I have not done any practice with it. But we'll get there as we get there, I do have some great news. As I mentioned in, I think, the last survival episode as well, but also mainly on the Gibbo SMP series, I mentioned that I had my tech exam. At time of recording, it was a whole 2 days ago. And let me tell you, I actually did really well. I was, I wasn't as stressed because I'd done quite a good amount of work. But I was still worried that I was going to stuff it up, or something was going to go terribly wrong, or they were going to call me out on something that I was not ready for, and it was just going to be a miserable time altogether. However, it was not. It was quite a pleasant experience. And I did pretty well. There are a few things that I, struggled with and definitely need to improve on for no more next time, because I'm done with the technical work. But, there are a few things that I definitely need to improve on and, clean up and yada yada yada. But all in all, I did a pretty good job. My favourite part would be the transcriptions, the solos we had to learn. Where's my little... Here it is. The solos we had to learn. Because one of them was John Coltrane's first chorus on Giant Steps, which, if I haven't ranted about before, because I can't remember, oh my goodness, that's a difficult tune. And learning that first chorus was just mental. It is a demanding solo. However, the second was Keith Jarrett, Scrapple from the Apple, from Up For It. Up For It? I think it's called Up For It. Whatever the case, this is Scrapple from the Apple solo. And there was a very fantastic realization I came to, which I should have, it should have hit me sooner. It didn't, but, whatever the case, there was a beautiful realization I had. Oh, okay. There was a beautiful realization I had, which was, for the solos, when you're learning the solos, and when you go in to perform them for the tech exam, the instructions are very courteous, and they have this one little detail that literally saved me. And that one little detail is it says you must be able to play these solos to the recording. Now, the thing with the Keith Jarrett solo is that the first chorus, like, we only had to learn the first chorus. So again, it's not a lot of work that had to be done, but the work that was done was very demanding. Because the thing with the first solo on Keith Jarrett's Scrapple from the Apple is that the drummer starts speeding up and goes into his own time whilst Keith and the bass player maintain the normal time. So then when the second chorus starts, the drummer goes back into time, I guess, and it sounds really awesome and it's super cool, yada yada yada. However, you'd think that that would mean that, you know, they're asking you to learn how to play when, you know, time is a bit more free. Which is definitely true, and it's definitely a lesson I learned from playing Keith. However, as I said, the main thing was about playing to the recording. And so I thought, wait a minute, I don't have to learn how to keep time when the drums start doing something weird or whatever. I just have to play to the recording. And so, like the Grinch stealing Christmas, a devious grin shot across my face as I realized if I just practice enough listening to the recording, I should be fine. And I was. And I nailed it. And not to toot my own horn, but the guy, I was, standing outside the room where the exam was being taken. And the guy who was before me, he's incredibly talented. Like, he's a very talented pianist. He's far more talented than me. But they did the Keith solo last, and it got to that part, and not that I heard him struggle, but he had some difficulty with it, probably because he was, trying to keep time, and actually did it properly, where you learn how to play in time when the drums are playing out of time. But then it became such a huge ego stroke, because then I absolutely nailed it. And I was like, yes, I'm totally better than this guy, who's got far more talent and far better experience than I do playing jazz. Yeah, I'm better than him. So a bit egotistical on my end. But whatever the case, I did well. I don't know my grade just yet. I don't know exactly what I got. But the examiner was kind enough to say that I did in fact pass, which was very nice for me, because I was, not that I was super scared, but I was mildly shitting bricks. And so we passed, and it's done, and that's all that matters, and now I have no clue what to do with my life, because that was sort of the only thing I had going for me the past month, I'd say. And now that uni's on break and I get to do whatever I want, I have no idea what to do with my life now. Why do you think I'm just running around and yapping instead of, I don't know, placing shit down? I think we need a bit more of the cobblestone on this part, if you will. Oh wait, I have copper. I love how I have a stone pickaxe right there, and I was just like, nah, copper, am I right? Yeah, indeed. I won't fill in every gap with cobblestone, but I feel like it needs more. Got to get on that texturing business and those gradients. Fuck, I would love to be good at gradients in building in Minecraft. That would be peak. I'll leave this for now, because this is just meant to represent the bell tower, so I don't have to worry too much about it. Also, on a minor side note, I saw what I would think is the most beautiful thing in recent history. I was scrolling the web, as you do, and I came across a video. Now, I am a, maybe not huge, but I am a fan of the Danganronpa franchise. If you are unfamiliar, the best way I can describe it is like if Ace Attorney met the Hunger Games. Bunch of characters are forced into a killing game where they have to kill each other, and then it goes to it. Once there's been a murder, you analyze all the evidence, and what's it called? Then you go to a trial, and you have to play pretty much Ace Attorney and prove who the murderer was. Very interesting stuff. But there was a recent announcement for they're not making like a new game, but they're sort of remaking Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. And I was scrolling the internet because, I love Danganronpa and all the rest of it, and I follow a lot of fan Ganronpas as well, like fan games of Danganronpa and all the rest of it. But I saw one yesterday, and I gotta be honest, I think it takes the cake for the best fan game of the Danganronpa series. I don't know if it's ever coming to... I don't know what the plans are for this. I don't know if it's going to be like a series on YouTube or if they're going to make a game out of it. I have no idea. Or maybe it was just for fun and they just made this little trailer and whatever. However, someone has made a Danganronpa, or at least they're in the process of making, a Danganronpa for the characters in the Papa Louie franchise. Now that's like Papa's Cheeseria, Papa's Pizzeria, all those games. And I saw this trailer and oh my god, absolute cinema. That thing was beautiful. Especially because I grew up playing the Papa Louie games. They were the best. And so I saw this trailer and I'm like, oh my god. Please! Nah, but it's so funny and I am quite invested. I hope to see more. And then, in terms of other things, in terms of game trailers, chat! Deltarune Chapter 5! Just a week away! I can't believe it, chat. Deltarune tomorrow. Holy shit. But I'm so excited for Deltarune Chapter 5. I remember, last year when Chapters 3 and 4 came out, I remember losing my mind. Oh, there we go. I remember losing my mind when Chapters 3 and 4 dropped. And now Chapter 5's coming out. I'm so excited, man. Oh my god. I didn't watch the Nintendo Direct. I've never made a habit of doing it. But I'm there scrolling Instagram on this fine morning. I wake up and I'm scrolling through the gram and I see a clip from Nintendo Direct and I go, because I'm scrolling reels, I might as well watch it. And I watch it and Toby Fox sprouts out of the ground. I'm like, what? Oh, go away, please. Or I could just miss. That works too. I'm dead. Okay. I swear to Christ, if you start spitting at me, that was not my fault. Anyway. Yeah. Oh my god, holy peak. Holy peak. There we go. Yeah. That looks like a sturdy base. Now the real question is, should I put stairs going up to the door or should I leave the door flat? I think I'll do stairs. I'll do stairs. And then I'll make this the floor. I think that'll just be better. I reckon. Methinks. So we'll have the door here and then here. And now we go up again. I'm gonna need a lot more cobblestone. I should probably, quit the yap. I should probably quit the yap and actually do some resource gathering. Cut to a montage, yada yada. Where would we be without our montage segments? I'll do it when I run out. How about that? It can be very quick. There, and there, and there! Now just fill these little gaps in. There we go. Seeing this coming together nicely already. This looks professional. Anyway, I am gonna cut to a montage so I can make 1,000 copper pickaxes, get a bunch of cobblestone and andesite, and then regret all my life choices. So, future me, cue the montage. We got business to settle. Okay, montage, pause, montage over. I don't know, because I still gotta get more. But this is what I'm thinking. This is what I got going on. I made these spots for some windows. I think they'll be pretty nice. I was gonna do some on this one as well, but I don't know. I couldn't get it to look. I couldn't get it to look in a way that I was happy. So I sort of split them up like this. I originally wanted them to be equally spaced, but then I ran into some complications. But it's all good. This is what we got going on. I think the cobblestone and andesite idea was genius. Mainly because it saves me having to smelt it into stone. I mean, I probably will at some point. But it's just nice. We'll also have to figure out what we're doing for that. We've also got these, they've got the big windows, stained glass and everything. But I don't know, we'll leave it open for big window, and we'll get back to it on whether or not that's the case. I may add windows here though, now that I realise. Yeah, we could do 3. Nice. We'll quickly hop up here. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Let's make another one of these. As I was mentioning in the last episode, I've realised that copper is just very expendable. So we might as well spend it, am I right? Yeah, I was going through this still quiet time. Whoa, there's a lot of them down there. There's water down there? Am I tripping? I swear there's no water down there. I'm fairly certain there's no... Oh no, there is. I could just see it there. Huh. I think that's the first time I've noticed that then. Ah well. As I was gonna say, I was going through the little montage, and like, yeah, I want to cut down on time. I want to. Oh, hi there. I want the episodes to be a little bit shorter, but then at the same time, I don't want the episodes to just be nothing but montage. Although the longer the montage, it does mean the longer I can record for, rather than sticking to my standard 1 hour, alright, time's up, sort of thing. I'd originally kept that system because it was just easy. Hour a day keeps the algorithm here. I don't think that that quote really works in this context, but whatever the case, like it was just easy to just say, okay, let's just record an hour, call it there, everybody's happy. But I've realised that I can't keep the episode short if I just spend more time not talking. But at the same time, I feel like it needs substance. It can't just be nothing, So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think on that. Oh yeah, I forgot that there's a hole here. There we go. Let me know what you guys think on that matter. Because I wouldn't mind having shorter episodes, but then sticking to the 1 hour of recording format would mean that, the progression is slow in this world anyway. Like, that's just the nature of this series, but hang on, I'm going to close this one up as well. There we go. That's just the nature of the series, but if I stick to the 1 hour of recording and then spend more time montaging, it'll mean shorter episodes, but it'll still mean that fundamentally the same amount of stuff gets done in an episode. Whereas if I record for longer, I can pad out the episodes to their usual length, but also get a lot more done. It's the moral dilemma I'm facing. No? Well, okay then. Never mind. I was hoping that this would be not here, but that's okay. There we go. Did that? No. This is there. There we go. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Because I may change accordingly. Depending on whatever I feel like. Now, I've got an excuse to record for longer, because, again, I'm not doing much with my life as it currently stands. Uni's wrapped up. At least for me. I still have to wait for all my friends to be free, because they're still finishing uni. At least for this semester. They've still got exams and stuff. And I'm a free man. But now, if I want to do anything fun, I need to wait for them to finish. But that's okay. I can wait. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys think that... Okay, so the three options would feasibly be shorter episodes at the same pace, slightly shorter episodes. Okay, a lot more shorter episodes with the same pace of progression, slightly shorter episodes with more progression, or longer episodes with a lot more progression. That's maybe not longer episodes, but, hitting more around the 40 or 45 minute mark. Sort of like the old 42 standard we had, Like that length. Let me know what you guys think on that. Because if need be, I'm happy to switch things up a little, yeah? No, I put my iron in that one. But yeah, until then, we'll stick to the current template. Mainly because I can't be bothered doing anything else. Is there? Oh, it's probably down there. I thought I heard a skeleton for a second. I forgot that underneath me is maybe not a cave, but Oh, never mind. He's just here. Why are you dripped out? Okay, I'm running away. I'm not having a repeat of the crisis of the last episode. I have a copper axe. That'll do dandy. How about thee? There we go. Fine, I'll go get more. I was debating whether I was just going to let it be, do all the cobblestone first, and then go get more, but no, I'll go get more now. I've got to at least finish the little layer I was doing. Ta-da! I'm back! Yeah, 24 should be enough. Surely. I think I also need, a few more ladders. There we go. There. Okay. Nope. Okay, let's try not to make any more mistakes as I do this layer. Okay. Let's have a look-see. Yeah, this is looking nice. The texturing works, and I don't know if it's just because it's awesome or because the shaders are doing some massive heavy lifting. But methinks this looks rather nice. I don't know how tall I want it to be though. I think maybe 2 more layers, because then we'll cap off the windows and then 1 more. Well, maybe just 1 more could be enough. And then start the roof. Although for the roof, I'd ideally want like deep slate or something, so it can provide a bit of contrast. But to get deep slate, I have to go deep underground, and I do not like going underground because there's monsters underground. Do 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 do. No, but I don't like going down here because there's evil, there's oogly booglies down there. There's evil creatures that lurk, and I, on more than one occasion, have nearly died going down there. So I don't want to go down there. But then I have to if I want to get deep slate. So what is a man to do? Okay, it's just whatever. We've died enough times in this place. We might as well. Nope. Don't start me. Don't you dare start me. Well, there's a way down there, but there's just about 1,000,000,001 things down there, so I don't know if I'm that keen exactly. I can hear a baby zombie, and that scares me even more. I swear to Christ, if I die to another baby zombie, I'm going to lose the plot. Can I? I'm trying to be evil and do that cool PvP BS, but I don't think it's working. That's okay. Thank you for everything you've done, Fishing Rod. You know, I think I'll go another time. How about that? You know what? Yeah, let's go. Let's just not do that. Let's not do that. Plus, we haven't even finished most of the build yet. Let's do a bit more let's add another layer, and then we'll talk about doing the roof. Can you, like, I appreciate offering dirt, but could you, like... Thank you. Oh, well. Good one, me. I think maybe we'll do 2 layers. Only because I remember that this is the floor. Like, I need to do 1 block up to make the floor. So, I think maybe we'll do 2 more layers. But we'll see how this one looks, and we'll go from there. Okay. Let's deal with our old friend here real quick. No. Step away from the church. That's what I thought. Anyway. I think this is a good height for this. However, I do think this side still needs to be taller, mainly because of these bigger windows. These need to be at least 3 blocks higher. Because 1 there to close off these side windows, and then at that level 1 there, and then 1 in the middle there. I think that'll be the correct height for this part of the church. Ow. But I do think at the very least this part is at a good level. Like if I put the roof over this, it'd be fine. And then also these parts here, I reckon it'd be fine. Because then they lead up to the bell tower. So I think, okay. Here's the vision. Let me climb up here real quick. Here's the vision. Or I could just fall. That works too. So this part is stairs. Like just up and down. Stairs. These side ones I want to be slabs. So smoother gradient up, if you will. Well, not gradient, I don't know. Smoother degree. Rather than these ones, which are just straight stairs. This one could also probably be slabs, but we'll see how we feel, because we could make it stairs. But probably slabs here as well. Slabs, bell tower, which will have a nice pointy spire for its roof. And back here, I feel like it could also be stairs. But, yeah, because if we did, it'd probably be pretty good. It would work. But yeah, we'll see. And I think that of the stairs at the very least, I should have... actually no, because of this, I don't know how well it'll work. I should have maybe just some slabs, just running along here. Sort of outlining where the stairs and slabs will go, and yada yada. I think that's the sitch. So slabs, stairs, bell tower, pointy spire. I think that's a solid plan. And then in terms of the floor, I think we might stick to just planks, but I also don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the floor patterns, because I don't really know what to put for the floor. Really. Because, like, if we have, like, pews and, like, seats and stuff like that, they'll probably be made out of wood. So, like, would it blend in with the floor? I don't really know. And I don't think I want to go stone brick for the floor. I feel like that just might be... I don't know. It's really because I can't be bothered. But we'll see. But yeah, slab roof there, slab roof on the sides, staircase roof here and on the back, and spire for the bell tower. And on that note, I think I'll call it there. Mainly because I'm eepy. Oh no, I've been doing so much nothing that I'm tired. No, but whatever the case, thanks once again for joining me on this episode. If you like what you saw and want to see what happens next, be sure to like and subscribe. I've been Aussie, I hope all is well, and take care, guys.